already Mr.
Hello, kids. You're watching There's Nothing Weird About It. I'm your host, The Tick. Boy, are we happy to be back with you. It's been a long time, and I know it's been a kind of a rocky month for a lot of people. But we got a new studio. We got it set up today. We're working out the kinks. Do you know what a kink is, kids? Sometimes pipes have bends in them, and you gotta work them out. You just gotta straighten them out. But that's what we're kind of getting into today, is kids. We've been talking about the family values conspiracy all of last season, right? And what's important is that we start to really dig deep into these, how it's affecting every person in the family, And we think that the kids are where it all starts. And so we're trying to talk to some kids. We're going to take some calls today. We got our number down there. Please give us a call. And yeah, we've got our guests. We got a great guest today. I mean, today's going to be a special show, really. Well, I think we might have a friend coming out here. Hello. Who is that? Who is this?
Hi, kids.
Oh, there he is.
Sorry, my microphone wasn't quite working all that great. Here we go. Bye.
Hey.
It's me, Uncle Pat. I'm glad to be here.
Hey, Uncle Pat. How's it going?
Hi.
We've got another guest with us here. We've got our good old friend, Stan Ranch, people. There he is. Look at him. He is something.
Mr. Dick.
He's a handsome guy, ain't he?
It's so great to be here.
It's so good to see you, Stan. It is great to see you, Stan.
I'm so glad to be on the show. It's my friend Chet here. He's
Hi, Chet. Hi, Chet.
He makes my
Oh, hi, Chet. Hi, you're so cute. Wow.
Yeah, I'm trying to do my rate. I make rates for Mr. Rance, and I sometimes do his taxes. I think Mr. Rance need to do your taxes.
Yeah, Chet. I know I need to do my taxes. I
He's gotten so big.
How old is Chet these days? Chet's what, 3, 4?
I mean, he's he's a big boy.
He's a big boy.
He's old. Hey, don't. Oh, he wants to do the nose routine. All right, where's my nose, Chet? Where's my nose, Chet? Oh, Chet, no!
Look at him go.
Oh, damn it, Chet.
Oh, boy. I mean, so, if this is your first time tuning in and nothing weird about it, I mean, we like to have fun here, and our motto is that, we're not judgmental, just different,
Not judgmental, just different.
So, if you're feeling weird, if someone tells you that you're weird at school, or on a Zoom call when you're calling into class,
Yeah.
and they see your room and they think your toys, making fun of your toys, they're not telling. There's nothing weird about it. You got some Funko Pops, there's nothing weird about it.
Oh, I got some new Funko Pops recently, and if you ask me shit about them, The same reason why I haven't
Bunko.
juggalo.
Yeah, we all kids need to have fun too. The thing that frustrates me, these days is that kids aren't allowed to play anymore. Right? There's no such thing as to play.
Terrible.
No one's allowed to play. Can't play outside
Nope.
for obvious
Can't go on the
reasons.
internet. You get
Can't play on the
child
internet.
predators all over the internet.
What they're always doing is they're always limiting kids' screen time, as they call
Yeah.
it. Which it's messed up. It's real messed up. Kids need to have fun.
Yeah.
And
It ain't right.
playing is how you have fun. So
Things like Chet's a good boy. He goes out, he's a free range. He gets out there and he can do his thing. He's like a wild fox. He makes up all these different narratives, like, you know, he can. It's like he could be like Ron Paul, just making up all this bullshit, and you know it. He's there, and he could be like Rand Paul, like I can, my neighbor. But he's out there like a wild fox, but he's beautiful. He's Chet, you're a beautiful boy.
yeah, he
You're a
is.
beautiful boy because even though that one time back in the ATV and you clearly had a man. The windshield of the car.
Oh, little Chet.
Little Chet, he's a good boy.
Oh, little Chet. What you running around? What are you doing, Uncle Pat? You're always up to something. What are you up to?
Just having fun.
What's shit? You're always up to something.
I'm shy. I'm so shy.
Being
I
shy.
think it is really important, though, what you were talking about with the kids and screen time. You know,
That's how I got over my shyness. Playing video, being able to play. And getting some screen. Because you need a screen between you and the other people.
yeah, back in our days, you know, when we were kids, we had Game Boys, and you could play anytime you wanted. Nobody gave a shit. Nobody said anything about it. But now, yeah, you got phones, and you got computers, and you know, kids aren't allowed to play on the screen anymore.
No, they want them to be doing business and work. Want them to be doing STEM, math, science.
Yeah.
None of that's play. There's no fun in any of that.
Like, you never get to learn how to do stuff that we do, like puppets, entertaining children with clowns. I do kind of like kids' birthday party cake catering, and I make the little cakes for the kids. You know, none of these are part of the new job climate anymore. You know, it's fucked up. My friend does shadow puppet shows. You know, where's that? Where's that at UC Davis? I don't think they have that anymore.
Nope. They took all those programs away.
He went to Davis for shadow puppets, but I don't think they have the program anymore. But I fully agree. I mean, kids should be allowed to look at whatever they want to look at, and same with adults. You know, I should be allowed to look at whatever the hell I want. It's and the whole thing about, you know, censorship and not letting, you know, like, oh, okay, you just turned 18, immediately, like, oh, now it's okay. It wasn't okay a week before you did that. But then, you know, like, and plus it's like kind of the same with kids. Like, they should just be allowed to, like, look at stuff. You shouldn't have, like, PG-13 and all this shit. You know, adults should be able to look at kids. Kids should be able to look at adult stuff. It's
Rated R, yeah, I mean, going and sneaking into an R-rated movie, I mean, there's nothing really better than that. I mean, I don't know how many times I did that as a young boy. I got caught quite a few times too, but that's how I made it. You know, watching the big screen, having the little screen in my hand, and look now, I'm on the screen.
Right.
You know, and I've only been in one play in my life. Jack and the
look at the
Candlestick.
kitty.
Jack and the Candlestick.
Look at the kitty. Aww.
Aww.
Oh, here's my time traveler friend.
So precious. Oh my.
She's a little.
Look at him. Meow. Meow. He's so cute. He's absolutely adorable.
Down, son.
Such
Fine.
I think she needs to go kill a human. Do you have to go kill him?
I agree with my dad.
She's wonderful. Oh, she's got the prettiest little voice. Oh, my. Look at her.
Wow.
Oh, wow. That is just too much.
She's real cute. She said she agrees with her dad, too. That's the cutest thing I've ever heard.
Cute little black girl.
Yeah.
She's a good baby.
Yeah.
Stan, what you been up to lately?
Yeah, what have you been doing, Sam?
Hey, don't eat chips off.
What's she doing? Oh boy, what's she doing?
She's eating.
Oh my.
Alright, don't.
What in the hell's going on over there? There's always something going on. Oh, shit. He can hear us.
Well, as I was saying, I mean, my only play that I've been in was Jack and the Candlestick. And I jumped over a candle, nearly burned my toe on the wick. But, what's this? We're going to call him.
Isn't Rick Rubin like he? I think he's
Colin.
kind of doing a thing.
How?
Sounds like somebody's calling in or something.
Who got his number?
Oh my God, let's see here. Let's see here.
Who got the number?
I need to get glasses, I can hardly see. Uh-oh, we miss it. Uh-oh.
How do they know to call in?
Caller, sorry. I missed your call.
We apologize, caller. It's just we haven't even put the phone number up on the screen yet. I don't know how the fuck that happened.
Oh, well, it's there. I think you can see it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's down there in the corner.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, shoot, I can go handle the phone.
Shoot, give us another call, please. I mean,
I don't know. Just give us a call
that was my
back.
bad.
I'll come answer.
That's not a good example to set for the children. I know that much.
Yeah, when a stranger calls, you pick up.
Right.
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Oh, hello.
Let's get him on the line.
Hopefully.
Uncle Pat will help us out here, maybe.
Call from.
Bud.
To accept,
Hello.
press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Oh, son of a bitch.
To accept, press 1.
Hello, caller. You're on the air, and there's nothing weird about it. How are you doing?
Yeah, what's going on down there? I tried to get on there a second ago.
Yeah. Well, we're just talking about the kids today being back in the king's chair here. I've had some children sitting on my lap earlier and just telling them, just nothing weird about it.
I got my Pedialyte.
That's right, we were getting some Pedialyte. A lot of kids were dehydrated.
Very good.
So, caller, what's on your mind?
Well, yeah, I kind of like what you're saying about the.
Hey, we don't
the
use
kids.
that. We don't use that word around here.
No,
Not in a derogatory way.
don't teach kids
No, I
to
mean,
judge.
I kind of like what you're saying about the kids. The kids can't play, and I mean, they got to be out in the streets. Do what I'm doing up in the schools or the Zoom calls or what have you. They got to be up. You got to get them out on the streets.
Yeah. You gotta get them on the streets?
Yeah.
You got to get the kids out on the streets, and
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with a little
Playing.
bit of street fun, a little bit of wrestling going out in the gutters, and I don't get this whole Zoom thing. What is the Zoom like? You go fast, Zoom, kind of. What is that shit?
No, that's a good point right there, I think. Yeah, people aren't really talking about a lot of that.
Do you have kids?
Yeah, do you have
I think we might have so many
Where are
cars.
they?
I mean, they're everywhere. If you look around, there's kids out there, kids in here, but we don't see too many kids out in the playgrounds no more. And when I was a kid, I mean, there was a playground. We had a little squirt gun. We take the kids and we get the girls with the bigger breasts and we spray them down. And we put them up on the top of the playground. And you don't really see that too much no more with all the Zoom stuff.
All this PC stuff, huh? Get all this PC stuff going on, ain't you?
You don't see that kind of stuff anymore now. That's why I brought my puppet out, right? Because no kids are playing with puppets anymore, unfortunately, either. And what I used to do when I was a kid and a boy, we used to play down the curb. My buddy had a set of steps.
I remember
And we
this.
would practice with our puppets walking up the steps. You know, I kind of lost the hang of it a little bit, but
Yeah, I know, we used to
walking up steps, get my moves.
The puppet's another thing. I mean, if you think about the puppet strings and who's pulling the strings, and you know, what I got back to when I was a little boy, I was a puppet master, if you know what I mean. I was the one pulling the strings.
Okay.
Now it
Okay.
seems like there's something going on where I'm the puppet now, and where I don't even see the strings on me no more, and it's a little too much.
no
you know.
strings to hold me down, to make me fret or make me frown.
I wrote that one when I was a kid.
That's a good one.
Did you? Wow.
I was trying to break the chains a little bit, but you know. We got different chains nowadays that we're chained to, like you were saying, the phone screens.
Links now.
Zoom
Links in the
calls.
chains,
We're going
yeah.
too fast. We're zooming.
Yeah. So we're ready to zoom along. You can click a hyperlink. It makes you hyper, gives you ADHD. And that's why a lot of kids have autism.
And that's the thing with the autism and the playgrounds. And when you soak a kid down, it's like a baptism. You kind of cleanse them of the tism. You know, I mean, I made that connection when I was writing that string song. The baptism, the autism, it all kind of connects in a weird way in the playground. And when the kids aren't on the playground, we get a little bit too much tism and not enough of the baptism.
Yeah.
I agree fully.
Well, you know that.
I mean, kids these days, they have such a fucking terrible attention span.
Yeah. Well, a lot of kids got back. You know, there was an epidemic going around in the '90s, basically, where in the sand pits at playgrounds and in the ball pits and McDonald's and on slides and stuff like that, they'd have hypodermic needles filled with vaccines in them. And so when kids jump on it, they get vaccinated, and that's how they got the autism. And then they're clicking on these hyperlinks, and then they get an ADHD. And that's why they can't focus.
And in the ball pit, that's where I lost my virginity, and it was in the McDonald's down there on the Gentoli lane. They took out the ball pit after that incident.
Yeah.
And maybe if they brought a little bit of that back too, it might be make the kids want to play.
I remember one time this is when I was a kid, I remember crawling through the play place, and there's this kid, you know, he was kind of soft in the head, I might say. His eyes were bugging out, and it scared the fucking bejesus out of me, you know, back when I was a kid. I remember another time, too, some little kid took a pee in the ball pit, and we all got in there, and it rubbed all over everything. It was a mess.
That's the one rule of the ball pit is there's no pee allowed.
Yeah,
and that kid, he should have been taken out.
Soaked up by anything. It's not like a
parking
sand
lot.
pit. It's not a kitty litter box.
Another thing I've been thinking about, the kids don't have enough guns nowadays. It's kind of, you know, play and violence kind of came to a confluence with the video games, but there's not enough of the real, you know, where is our society at where we don't got, you know, guns in the schools? I mean, what's going on?
Sure. Well, I brought my 6-shooter to school all the time, but that's now, you can't do that. You know, my girlfriend, she had a little Derringer she put in her boot.
I used to have one of
That's
those,
cute.
I used to have that Nintendo Duck Hunt game, and I used to bring that little gun to school.
Yeah. Don't give me homework today. Don't give me homework today.
Yeah.
No homework unless it's the duck hunting 101.
That's
and
right.
That's another thing. We're not teaching the kids the real lessons they need to be learning nowadays, which is duck hunting, buck hunting, crawdad fishing,
Yeah.
The things like that aren't being taught. We got too much of this math and the golden ratio, what have you. And
I think the cone is one of the cone is one of the most important parts of life, or at least guys like me. I really like the cone. Duck on it.
Well, did we lose you, caller? Are you still there? Still there, caller?
We might have some more callers.
We might, yeah, caller. We appreciate your thoughts on the matter. It's a perspective that you really don't get enough, and so
It's true.
appreciate it. Thanks for calling in. We're going to take our next call here. All right?
all right, well, thank you for doing what you do, and I just like that you're getting the truth out there. And I'll be
That's
talking
right.
to you later.
Thank you, brother.
Great. Call us again another day or another time, because I'd sure like to hear what you got to say about
Thank you,
a lot of
brother.
things, I think. That's good.
Goodbye.
All right. You take care. Yeah, let's see, this is what I like to do. It's good starting things right here.
That's right.
So we might have another phone call coming in here shortly, but
Well, what kind of kids? What are your kids up to, Mr. Tick?
oh, my kids, they're a little frustrating sometimes.
Cool.
But I raised them pretty good. Samantha's 9. Little Georgie's about 3.5. So
That's good. They miss Uncle Pat. I noticed I haven't gotten any calls from him lately.
what was that, Uncle Pat? What did you say there?
They miss Uncle Pat.
Yeah. They've been asking about you. They have been asking about you, actually. Said because of COVID, we couldn't have the Christmas dinner and this and that, and so everybody's wondering. I mean, they always love when you come over because it's a lot of fun. They get to jump on you and all that.
I know, I miss playing with them with their little toys.
Yeah, nah.
They used to love this.
I know.
Out there.
I love it.
What was her name again? Samantha? Yeah, she used
Yeah,
to
little
love
Sammy.
this. Oh my god.
She loves that. That was her favorite
She
toy.
would always get on.
Yeah, they're still
Here we
playing
go.
with blocks, more or less. We're working on the screen time, right? They like this band that I never ever heard of. The screen time synthesis, hypothesis, or controversy, or something like that. One of these weird bands, for the Gen Zers,
Oh, yeah.
Zoomers. And so they want me to buy them tickets for that concert. I'm trying to look into some of that stuff to make sure it's all good. Make sure it's not part of the family values conspiracy, because it probably is. Most music is. Most music prevents you from thinking for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm following your daughter on TikTok. She got a lot of funny little videos, man.
Yeah, she's turned into a little star.
She's just like her dad.
We got Georgie a phone too. He's gonna start doing some videos on TikTok.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
He's also Samantha's also got another channel on BitChute where she's got some of more of her racing material. Some of the
You're
controversial
really taking after her daddy.
talks that we have. Yeah, things that we like to talk about sometimes.
Yeah, here, wait, let me see. I think I found. Here's one of hers. Here we go.
Hey guys,
Great.
let me stand right here. Turns back.
Hey, there he is. Oh, there's little Sammy.
That's
Isn't she turning out to be a beautiful woman? For 9 years old, she
She's
is.
so cute.
They age real quick.
Well, that's kind of a nasty one.
Well, see.
Sorry. Maybe this one.
Well, yeah.
It's not. These are kind of. Sometimes, it's the internet, Sometimes things are a little odd on the internet. I don't know. I'm just glad to see that she's happy and healthy, living a full, beautiful life.
Well, she was a Waldorf kid, and that was something they started introducing in Waldorf, was like the screen, how to use the screen in a real good way like that, basically. So what she's doing is actually, it's actually kind of, she thinks about it as like magic, she's doing some kind of magic, and So,
Hey,
but she's
kids.
young. She can still make believe, right? She can live in a world of make believe.
Exactly. And don't lose that.
No,
Don't
that's right.
lose
But
that.
when you're ready, you can join the program, or you can get into the real play. Like we're trying to basically, I'm trying to do that. Get some of the kids enrolled in the play.
Yeah. That's probably good.
Which character do you want to be? I mean, it's basically anything you want. At this point, you can be almost anything you want and play.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, Stan, how are you kids doing?
Doing really good. Thank you for asking.
You still putting them in that clowning school? Are they in clown school still?
Floating up around me. How you doing, Chet? Where you at, Chet? Chet doing stuff.
Oh my god.
Boy, I bet your kids just
I
can't
know.
stop laughing.
So
They
cute.
probably can't go to sleep because they're just laughing.
I never said this, Stan, but I'm really proud of you for adopting. I think it's better to, reduce, reuse, and recycle.
Right? Get those kids, off the street and put them back on the street. Like at least you know who their owner is.
Yeah, sticks and stones are probably the two most important tools to teaching children how to live, how to exist, how to get a job.
That's right.
That's definitely true. I mean, you got to start from your bootstrap. If you don't have any straps, then you don't have any boots.
That's a good one right there. Well, while we're waiting for a caller, I guess maybe we'll take a little commercial break here.
Yeah, of course.
So Stan, stick around, and hopefully Uncle Pat here will get us tuned up. But we'll be right back, all right? There's nothing weird about it. I'm your host, the Tick. Stay tuned.
Weird about it.
All
Let's
right.
do this, folks. Oh my. Oh, wrong channel. Whoopsie daisy. Let's go ahead and get this going now. Here, come on. Let me work this thing. Son of a bitch. Alright, well, hey, kids, don't do any drugs. Don't drink until you're, close enough to the age. And you know what? Just have fun. Make sure that no matter what you